Game show.
Hey everybody, Ernie Johnson welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm joined by the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, and the Jet. Tonight, it'll be the San Antonio Spurs up against the Golden State.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
It's time for the NBA. Live on. We are nearly ready for the tip-off, but first, let's hear from our very own David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Well, guys, Draymond.
He's the glue that holds the team together, DA. Always important to have a guy who can fire up his teammates. And both these teams can go deep into their benches. Chris, what's it like to play on a stacked team? A team that has a huge number of players that can start in a lot of teams in the league, but may have to come off the bench.
It just relieves a lot of the pressure. As starters, you want to try to get a lead or play well, and you hope the bench comes in and just holds off the next team or comes in with a nice pace. But when you're playing with a great team, you can actually hope that bench comes in and do better than you. You can actually hope that bench comes in and kind of raises the pace on that other team. But most importantly, what those benches do, and I know for me in Sacramento, they really keep the integrity of the team in practice every day because they're out there beating the A team. So when they put on those special jerseys that everyone hates, or has to flip their jersey inside out and go up against the starters, they're playing with that confidence that they play with every game. And so you have to be prepared in practice. And so it makes every day you get better, not just on the game day. So for me, being on those teams with great benches helps you more in practice every day, which sets a culture of winning more so than just in the games.
That's an excellent insight. And the starting group for the Spurs, Aldridge and Kawhi Leonard, the two stars at the forward spots. The timeless Parker and Manu are the 1 and the 2. And it's Gasol in at the 5, patrolling the paint. Golden State moving it around. The shot by Thompson, no good. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Gasol kicks to Leonard. Outside Gasol. Back to Parker. And Leonard has it in the corner. Stolen by McGee. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Curry. San Antonio with the rebound. They come into this having outplayed Phoenix the last game.
Just a terrific effort off the bench. Guys came in, they seemed fresh, and they all contributed.
Well, and they played more than just a supporting role. I mean, without their points, it would have been tough to get that role.
And he'll take that. The nice, easy mid-range jumper, first bucket of the day.
That's all you want. It's a good shot to get yourself in a rhythm. For him, he's going to want a lot more than that to come.
And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession.
So close to getting the steal there, but the deflection equally as effective.
Oh, man, yeah, he read it all the way. He got a jump on it. Very close.
Aldridge can't get it to go.
That's how you protect the rim. Stand your ground and make him alter his release.
Durant with it. Leonard picks him up. They double-team Curry. Durant wide open. He fires. And he misses the go-ahead basket.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Well, in just a few years, it's safe to say Steve Kerr is one of the most respected coaches in the NBA.
Curry against Parker. Over in the corner, Green. Hits it from three-point range.
And when Draymond sets his feet, catches, and releases in rhythm, watch out.
Parker passes to Gasol. That one doesn't drop. The Warriors go the other way. I want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
And how about the points they put up? I mean, they were aggressive. In fact, at times overwhelming.
Well, think about this. They were extremely versatile in their approach, taking what the defense allowed.
Curry kicks to Thompson. Green with a screen on Parker. And the call will be against Tony Parker. That'll be his second foul of the game. Pachulia, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. Then for the Spurs, Rudy Gay's checked in for Gasol. Green comes in for Manu Ginobili. And it's Mills in for Tony Parker. And Mills kicks to Aldridge. The drive by Green. Green with the block.
And there's the standout deal Green again. Excellent at utilizing his length to turn away shots.
Leonard goes up again, and it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. It's on Kevin Durant. The Spurs shooting their first free throws of the game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line. Andre
Iguodala is checked in for the Warriors. Livingston comes in for Thompson. The Spurs also changing it up. Laverne comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Anderson in for Kawhi Leonard. Well, one book that is out on Curry is that you can body him and knock him around off the ball. Chris, a lot of teams feel that if you can beat him up as he comes off a screen, he'll be far less productive. What do you think?
Well, whether it's true, not true, fair, or unfair, Curry's definitely getting banged around off there. If you watch him off the ball in some games, he gets grabs, push, pull, you name it.
And it's off the back rim, no good. Golden State's gone, just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Here's Livingston. Offensive rebound. Green. Gay with the block.
And Gay has put a ton of work into his defense over the years, specifically how he times blocking those shots.
Here's Curry with the 3. It's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
There's a chance he could go for a big game if they don't beat him up on the perimeter.
Anderson kicks to Mills. Here's Laverne. And Laverne throws it down.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. To the wing right side. Livingston kicks to Green. Outside Curry. Fires the 3. Another miss by Curry.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Mills dishes to Laverne. Out of bounds. Golden State takes possession. .11 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Now here's Curry from deep three-point range. No good there. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. The Warriors on top. They're up by 1. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Oracle Arena in Oakland, California. And the basketball bloodlines of Klay Thompson. He tells us how.
Dad always watches more film than me.
Yeah, you know, it's great to have that blend of support and competitiveness around you really your whole life.
Yeah, you can try to put a little something over on your coaches from time and again, even your teammates maybe, but family, they'll check you every time.
And we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. What do you guys think about the Warriors here so far?
I tell you what, that first quarter, you can see the game plan is a commitment to offensive rebounding.
Oh, yeah, this is how they squeezed out extra possessions and captured the early lead.
Steph Curry's out there with Livingston. Then there's Iguodala. Then there's Pachulia. And it's West in at the power forward. That's the Warriors' 5.
Oh, that's a nice look, recognizing he had the opening to make the entry pass.
Curry kicks to Livingston. Outside Curry. From deep. The long distance 3 is buried. Curry's got 8 points.
Oh, because of his quick release, so difficult to close up space on Curry.
And with the Warriors, their ability to score in bunches really is unmatched throughout the league. They'll be going along with the team, and then all of a sudden they have that 20-point lead in like 3 minutes. It can happen so fast that I think at times the other teams are shell-shocked.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Guys, Kevin Durant is a unique player. LeBron James said he's a 7-footer with 6-foot ball handling skills, jump shot, and athleticism. It's never been done in our league. Never had a guy that's 7 foot and can do all that, so it sets him apart. Kevin, I'm 6 feet tall, and I can broadcast.
You can, and you can write, and by the way, you're in the Hall of Fame. DA, thank you. And talking about the Warriors and their ability to build a lead very quickly, the shooting they have, Greg, is a very big part of how they can just bury a team.
It is. Their shooting, especially from deep, but also their defense. One kind of feeds the other in terms of how they can steamroll teams and create that momentum. And only the special teams can put a game away with a 5-minute run, but this is one that has consistently done it over the last 3 years.
And the Warriors with some changes. JaVale McGee comes in for Zaza Pachulia. It's Thompson in for Curry. Pau Gasol is checked in for the Spurs. Parker comes in for Patty Mills.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
Kevin Durant, he's checked in for the Warriors. San Antonio also making some changes. LaMarcus Aldridge, he's checked in for Kyle Anderson. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Davis Bertans. And it's Ginobili in for Murray. Picked by West. 5 to shoot. And it's Durant missing. San Antonio leading by 4. Aldridge, the pass to Parker, and it's blocked. Now here's Livingston, guarded closer, and the call will be against Tony Parker. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Gasol with the steal. McGee with the block. Golden State's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. That's good, and a nice assist from Durant. Now, we always hear about how some guys are locker room leaders or a veteran presence on a team. Chris, how quickly does someone establish themselves as a team leader? It's universally embraced by the rest of the team.
It's tough. You know, some guys can come in and do it day one, but I think that we've seen a lot of leaders grow, whether it's like a 2-time MVP in Nash. It took some years first for him to understand himself and then kind of let his leadership just follow that on the court. We bring that to today with a guy like a John Wall. It's taken him about 4 or 5 years to really learn to be around veterans, but guys are coming in younger now, and so I think that it's going to take a little bit of time to develop, but as long as they're continuing to learn, as long as they're continuing to put the effort out, because you're a leader first by what you do, not by what you say. And so if you are trying to figure your way out and work hard, then you're being a leader. People are figuring it out. It's usually when does the vocal part come in along with kind of leading by an example. And so I think for every person it's different, but it's a lot of fun watching because when they get to that point, you've definitely seen some development and growth from them mentally and physically when you know they've taken over the reins like a guy like John Wall has.
Good insight. The Spurs shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. A free throw drops for Leonard.
You know, when he was in high school in California, Kawhi won the state's Mr. Basketball Award. And you look at the list of guys who won that award over the years, it has a lot of the all-time greats on it.
Leonard hits them both.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
1:44 left in the first half of basketball. They set the pick. Durant in the corner. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Durant's got 8.
Always keeping his head up. Draymond rarely misses the open man.
And Draymond Green just does so many things well on the basketball floor. But to me, above all else, he really is an elite defender who allows this team to be creative with their lineups. You can just put him on any player at any position and feel comfortable with his impact.
Green draws the double. Leonard with the steal, and the Spurs pushing it up now. Here's Aldridge, and the dunk by Aldridge.
And now this game is becoming a showcase for Aldridge. He's been out of control, a one-man team. Now it's just a matter of getting him the ball and getting out of his way.
Here's Green, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Aldridge. The Warriors making a switch here. Curry's checked in. It's stolen by Green. In transition, here comes San Antonio. Leonard's got the ball. And good that time. Leonard's got 4 this quarter.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
The baseline J. The shot by Thompson, no good. Spurs leading by 7.
If they increase the tempo, they got a chance at a 2-for-1.
Yeah, it's a combination of urgency and efficiency. Let's see how they execute.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
The Spurs have shot 5 of 6 at the foul line tonight. Free throw off from Rudy Gay.
And when it comes to athletic small forwards, Gay is the cream of the crop. An aggressive player whose reach really helps him on both offense and defense.
Thompson is double. McGee dishes to Curry. But they'll get another chance. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
With that violent pinball style, Draymond draws a high number of fouls inside.
First trip to the line for him here. No good on the free throw. And the second free throw, good. And here's Laverne over Pachulia. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. And so it's San Antonio in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
And now, the 2K Sports
Hey,
Halftime
everybody.
Show.
Ernie Johnson, joined by Kenny the Jet Smith. We saw LaMarcus Aldridge lighting it up in the first half. He had 12 points, 6 rebounds, and 1 steal. He's in a crazy zone right now and seems to be even hotter than he was in their last game. And Shaq, what are your thoughts on how San Antonio played?
I don't think anyone expected to see such numbers from the bench. You know, I'm impressed.
And we're just about ready for the start.
As we return to Oracle Arena, we get a glimpse of the commuters on BART. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the court right now for the Spurs, Aldridge is at the 4 with Gasol at the 5. Manu is at the 2 with Leonard playing the 3. And it's Parker in at the point. Well, we don't always get what we want, Chris, but if you were in charge of the dunk contest, which 4 players would you personally pick to make up the field?
Man, it's so tough. Wow. I think I definitely want to go with LaVine. He's, you know, the ex-dunk champ.
Yes.
Wow. Oh, that's a tough one. I mean, Westbrook, I think Paul George would be great in there. Of course, LeBron, Griffin. I mean, I don't know. Davis. There's so many high flyers. I just think it's so tough because sometimes the smaller guys have the advantage. Big guys feel like they can't do it because they won't be as exciting. I mean, you know, even our worst dunk contest, I've fallen in love with because you get to see some incredible things. But, yeah, I'd start with them, but so many other players you can pick.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
And how about the explosiveness he shows, going from the offensive to the defensive end in a blink.
From deep, Green, and out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession. In a moment now to see nice three-point percentage numbers on this list. A look at the leaderboard showing us the most accurate three-point shooting 2 men in the league. 5th on the list, Klay Thompson.
You don't have to be a great shooter to play 2 guard, but it does help. And pretty much all of these guys fit into that great category.
And having a reliable 3-point option at off guard, pretty much a necessity these days in the NBA.
San Antonio with the rebound. Aldridge has got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Gasol. And it comes off the front of the rim.
Pretty high percentage look with the D playing off. Just couldn't knock it down.
And the call will be against Tony Parker. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. The Spurs making a switch here. Murray's checked in. And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. And we've seen a few players come into the NBA through different paths. They're playing overseas for a year or spending time in the D-League, now known as the G-League. Chris, do you think that these alternative paths to the NBA will ever be as common as the standard collegiate path to the NBA?
Well, I think it can be, only because there's such an international presence in the game. And that now you're starting to find players all over. And the great thing about the NBA is it doesn't matter where you come from. It just matters what type of skill set that you have. So I can see it being other paths to the NBA, but the NCAA is always going to be one, in the fact that guys want to play for their state teams, and that's always going to be fun to watch. But thank God for basketball fans and athletes, there's a lot of paths to the NBA, which is the ultimate if you want to play basketball.
Absolutely. David West, he's checked in for Green. On defense, the Spurs haven't given up any points here in the second half. Outside for Durant. Here's McGee, and the slam dunk by McGee.
And Kevin, he's practically doubling his assist totals over the back half of his career. Durant's a more than willing facilitator. Whatever helps his team win, he's willing to do it.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
Oh, wonderful anticipation. He reads the play perfectly, then with the quick reaction time.
Back to Curry. There's the triple. Drills the three-pointer. Curry's got 11 points.
A beautiful shooting form and consistent shooting form of Steph Curry.
And when you watch Kevin Durant, perhaps the most astounding thing about him, C-Web, is just how easy he puts up points. He does it in a number of ways, and sometimes it's quiet, and sometimes it's gigantic and loud, but you know, Chris, the points are always there for him.
Well, look, he's going to go down as one of the best scorers ever to play. I mean, it's kind of strange to say that Durant gets overlooked in his ability to score by some. But I'm not sure if we'll ever see another player like Durant for quite some time.
The Warriors shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight. And the first one drops. And the Spurs with some changes. Gay comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Mills in for Manu Ginobili. And so he hits both. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Here's Mills. No good, unable to end this run.
Even that close to the bucket, that's a very tough finish in that kind of traffic.
Gay with the block. And Mills kicks to Gay. It's good. And the Spurs lead by 8.
And Gay is surprisingly finessing the paint, a real offensive juggernaut.
Curry passes to McGee. Back to Curry. From deep three-point range. And again, no good by Golden State.
Just testing out the cannon on that misfire.
Yeah, way beyond the arc on that play. It's the kind of shot he can make, but not necessarily the one you want.
Iguodala outside. Anderson against Durant. McGee a screen. And the Warriors miss again.
He'll be beating himself up if they can't come back, because he is not carrying his weight at the offensive.
Anderson dishes to Gasol. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. And it's a 12-point Spurs lead.
Continuing to push the action and build this lead.
And you see he's not worried about what's on the scoreboard. He just wants to go ham each possession.
Here's Murray, and plenty of contact on the shot. So, 2 free throws coming up.
2 shots, gentlemen.
And the foul called on the Golden State Warriors.
2.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And 74%, yeah, you know, so-so. He probably wouldn't mind seeing it a little bit higher.
And that one misses. And the Warriors with some changes. Pachulia, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. And Draymond Green's subbed in for Kevin Durant. Then for the Spurs, Laverne comes in for Pau Gasol. And Davis Bertans subbed in for Kyle Anderson. Pass to Pachulia. And a wide open look for Iguodala. And the three ball is good. Iguodala's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Here's Bertans. No good that time. Excellent D there from Pachulia. Warriors trail by 10. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Green. And that one is off.
It's clear this just isn't his night. I mean, if they're going to keep him on the floor, I think his best role would be to be a decoy.
The Warriors have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts. The free throw drops for Iguodala.
Oh, he turns it up. And though Iguodala has become a long-range shooting threat, he still managed to struggle from the line.
6 seconds left in the third quarter. Down low, Pachulia with the steal. Curry. He can't get that one to fall. And we've reached the end of the third. Spurs lead by 8. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the fourth quarter. Next. And a moment ago inside the huddle with head coach Steve Kerr.
Eventually, we're going to have some fun tonight.
Just 1 quarter left in regulation. Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Iguodala is at the 3, with Green playing the 4. The sharpshooters Curry and Thompson are at the 1 and the 2. And it's Pachulia in at the 5 down low.
2 shots, gentlemen.
So that's the group out there for Golden State.
2.
And the Warriors moved Bogut to clear space last season. Many thought they would have trouble filling that center role. But you know what? Pachulia was signed and was the perfect fit for that team.
Kevin, my man Zaza. I mean, he's a vet. He knew exactly what his role would be coming into the team. Still has a great skill set. Fantastic passer for a center. And he can keep possessions alive in his offensive rebound.
Aldridge, no luck. Warriors trail by 6. Here's Thompson. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in.
And Thompson is highly efficient with the pull-up J, taking advantage of whatever space he's given.
Here's Laverne. That one goes. Count it. And the Spurs lead by 6.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
From deep, Green. Laverne grabs the miss.
Well, you see the struggles he's having getting anything to go.
Yeah, but at the same time, you know if he can just break through this cold streak, he can give you what you need.
And the foul called on Danny Green. That's his first foul. And some changes here for the Spurs. Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Bertans. And it's Ginobili in for Green. Curry against Parker. Poke loose. From deep three-point range, that is good, and the Spurs lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from Curry.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
And that replay presented by Under Armour, showing us the fantastic steal that led to that fast break finish. Another unleashed chaos moment.
Oh, that's straight TNT, baby. Explosive.
That was pretty, and he just has that effortless knack for getting inside. Now a timeout called by Golden State. Nice game, great performance by LaMarcus Aldridge.
Well, they better talk about him because he's really attacked them down inside. They haven't been able to stop him.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Hey, guys. Well, Steve Kerr talked to his team during the last timeout. He told them to stick with it. He said, this game is right here, guys. This is our game to take. Precision, purpose, and poise. Kevin, we'll see if they can get it done.
Thanks so much, David. Curry trying to get open as Iguodala. The shot by Curry, no good. Here's Parker. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Well executed, and then you love the strong finish.
So many fast breaks now ending the three-point shot. Good to see them taking it to the rack.
Passes it to Thompson. That one falls. Coming off Iguodala's feed. That's 7 points for Klay Thompson.
Oftentimes we think of Thompson as an outside shooter, but he has the size and the skill set to score inside as well.
And there's the call on Ginobili. That'll be his second foul of the game. JaVale McGee's checked in for the Warriors. Durant comes in for Andre Iguodala. Spurs also with the sub. Gasol's checked in. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That'll be his second foul of the game.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Curry with it. He's picked up by Parker. The shot by Thompson, no good. Spurs leading by 5. Parker outside. The dish to Leonard. Gasol's in the post. Guarded by McGee. And it's Aldridge on the follow.
Always better to be lucky than good when it comes to offensive rebounding. Unless you're as good as he is, then those tip-ins are all about skill.
Ginobili against Thompson. On its way from Curry for 2. Releases from the wing and drills it. Curry's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Come on, the more important the shot, the more confidence Curry seems to have.
Aldridge, no luck. Warriors trail by 5. Curry kicks to Green. Gasol with the steal. Parker outside. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Here's Gasol. McGee with the block. Good on the first, and that shrinks the margin to just 4. And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there.
Listen, they're still right in this thing. Missing that free throw, though, keeps this a 2-possession deficit.
And it's good for 2.
Yeah, and from mid-range, Leonard's jump shot is money. It doesn't matter if it's off the dribble or catch and shoot. He never loses his touch.
Thompson with the bucket.
And in the moment of truth, Thompson putting the team on his back, trying to carry them across the finish line.
Ginobili kicks to Aldridge. Gasol's in the post. McGee's there. He gets it in there. And the Spurs lead by 6.
And just a nice combination of size and feel there. Terrific finish down low.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. They're behind by 6. There's 48 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, LaMarcus Aldridge.
And he's had a very good night shooting the basketball. A little over 50% from the field. And a lot of those shots have come against some tight D. That shows the level of his focus and consistency.
Thompson with it. Picked up by Ginobili. Green, the screen. Curry outside. Good! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Well, the game is on the line. Who would you rather go to than Steph Curry? Who?
Aldridge against Green. Buries it.
And I love the momentum he's building. Last game, he was just as dominant.
And defensively, you know he's feeling good right now. And as the opposing team, you better adjust your scheme accordingly.
Here's Curry. Shot and game clock separated by 5. And that's an intentional foul. A bucket here would give them a bit more room.
True, but no need to rush it. Play smart.
He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6.
And Parker just puts so much pressure on your defense with his speed, and he's made a living out of doing that.
I know he feels good about that. A perfect trip to the line further extends the lead.
Curry outside, rebounded by the Spurs. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. And finished off by Gasol.
And how much longer are they going to keep that foot on the accelerator?
At this point, it's just icing on the cake. Terrific run, closes it out.
And the basket by Curry.
Boy, this final period, they are putting up a ton of shots from deep.
Stacks on stacks on stacks. They're looking to stack up some points. They've gotten into a nice groove from out there.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's an 8-point game.
Iguodala. And And so it's the Spurs with the win. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel. David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Chris Webber, Greg